Alright pets, this is a bit of a first for me. I've never done a vlog before, so I'm a bit scared. Apologies if this is a bit noob-tube. So if you've come here via my blog, you probably already know what I'm up to, but if you found me on YouTube, I've got a bit of explaining to do. So basically, on the 17th of December 2014, I turned 30. I might look like a 13-year-old child still, but that is the truth, the sad truth. So on my last birthday, the 17th of December 2013, in some act of insanity, I decided that it would be fun to get my friends and family to write a challenge each in my birthday card, which I would have to complete before my 30th birthday. So I don't know whether this is through love or hate, but I was sent a lot of cards and a lot of challenges with it. So I'm going to go through my challenges and let you know what I'm going to be doing in the days before I'm 30 with my final year as a 20-something-year-old and what I think of them. Okay, so challenge number 1 is from Mr. Matt Cox, and it is to raise £200 and enter the Great North Run in a fancy dress outfit of my choice. I'm a Geordie girl. I'm probably not the fittest person in the world. I mean, I do go to the gym now like twice a week or something to do a little bit of a fun run, but it's not quite the half marathon that the Great North Run is. And if I'm going to do it in like a mighty dinosaur costume or whatever my brain can think of at the time, it might impair me a little bit. But yeah, £200 for charity is for a good cause, and it's probably something that I'd like to do anyway, so it's quite a good one. I just hope I can train enough to get up to the standard of running a half marathon, but yeah, we'll see. Number 2 is from Patrick, and it's to swallow a teaspoon of cinnamon. I think I might have seen a few, what's the word, like obituaries with this kind of thing. Slightly worried about this one. Is it not supposed to turn into sand or something and like strip your throat when you swallow cinnamon, choke you to death possibly? I don't know. Possibly done something to Patrick that I don't remember that he really hates me for, but yeah, great. Number 3 is a really interesting one, and it is to go and see a fortune teller before attempting any challenges. And because technically this is one challenge, I've already done that, but I will update you later on that. And jot down what he or she tells you and see how much will actually come true. And that's from Becky. So yeah, I've done that already, and I will let you know a little bit more about it, but it's quite interesting. It's quite an interesting idea to see how much she will predict upcoming and how much will actually happen. I mean, even though I know what she said already, like I have no idea what is going to happen in the next year, so yeah, it would be quite interesting to see how much of it actually does come true. Number 4, and that was one from my gran. She has basically challenged me to make Turkish delight and to send her a piece. I live in London, my gran lives in Newcastle, so I don't know if my culinary skills are quite up to this challenge, but hopefully I've got a year, so maybe with enough practice like I can do it. Probably have to add some kind of creative element to that to make it like not your standard Turkish delight. But then again, my gran's going to be probably eating it, so probably like absinthe Turkish delight isn't the best choice, or I don't know, maybe it is. Number 5 is from Rachel, who is one of my close friends, and basically she wants me to shut up because her challenge is to stay at a silent retreat. So for a week I'll have to go and spend some time at some kind of, I don't know, like spiritual retreat where I won't be able to talk or have access to the internet or any of those like crazy awesome things that everybody loves to do in this modern age. But yeah, that one should be good actually. Maybe I'll find some inner peace, and I don't know, maybe I'll just go insane and be released and go on some kind of frenzied mental spree, but you never know, Rachel, it's all on your head. Number 6 is from Nomze, and it is to write a 50 Shades of Grey classy version, but also I've tied in with Dan, and he challenged me to write a book. So some of the challenges kind of are duplicated, or they're so similar that I combine them into one. And I did say that I would do 30, I have 30, but I actually got more than 30, so I want to try and honour like each one, but some of them are quite similar, so I've put them together. So I'm known to have a bit of a questionable sense of humour, possibly a little bit, I don't know, I think we'll stick at questionable maybe. So I don't know, my thoughts about that. I'm a graphic designer, so possible graphic design type 50 Shades of Grey, I don't know, like involving Pantone colours and AI files. I don't know, I might throw in the odds typography based sexual act or something, I'm not sure. It's definitely something to think about though. Challenge number 7 is to brew a portable beer and convince someone to drink it. Now when I read this, and to be fair, I did open all the cards at my birthday party, and I might have had 1 or 2 slightly stronger shandies, and I did read portable beer, which shows how much I know about the beer brewing industry. And I don't know, I guess I just got these visions of like brewing a beer that's to go on like your back, like you see at those American football games where someone goes through with like a really cool like, and I don't know, I suppose I could still get my beer gun on, but I think I definitely have a lot of research to do for that one. And again, kind of like the Turkish Delight thing, I quite like to do something where I add a bit of a different element to it, although I haven't quite thought it through yet. Challenge 8 from, oh sorry, that was from Miguel as well. So challenge 8 is to eat a loaf of organic bread in 3 minutes, and it has to be organic and it has to be in under 3 minutes, from Alex. Yeah, so again, like the Great North Run, like I'm not experienced in like Man vs Food style pressure eating, but I think with enough training I might be able to work up to that. Talking about training, number 9 is to do Tough Mudder in Scotland. I'd heard that Tough Mudder was a bit of a beast of a brutal obstacle course, but I didn't actually realise how bad it was until I looked into it. I'm not gonna lie, the idea of being electric shocked, having an ice bath, driving through mud, being in enclosed spaces, doesn't appeal to me. It's not really my idea of like a fun Sunday day out. But yeah, and also that was from Billy, and David challenged me to do the same thing as well. Because I did specify that the challenges had to be under £50, I'm only going to do it once, but I did ask David if he wanted to add to it, and he added that I have to do 24 official Tough Mudder training sessions on alternate days in the 8 weeks before my Tough Mudder. So he's helping me a bit on that one, so I have to be thankful for that, because it's probably going to train me up to be like a Tough Mudder and be able to take that stuff on. So Yeah. Challenge number 10 is to wink at every old dude that I see on the tube. That's from a vase. Yeah, I think that could be quite a good one. I might score some crinkly dates from that, so I'm quite looking forward to it. Or possibly a restraining order or two, but we'll see. Makes for some interesting CCTV footage, definitely. And as with like quite a few of these challenges, like I think I'm going to get a bit of a head cam so that I can record reaction, etc. Although I'm going to have to check out the legality of that, because again, I don't really want to end in a lawsuit or anything, because nobody wants that. Number 12 is from my mum, and it's learn to write and say something in Chinese. So yeah, that's quite cool. Like, learning the language is interesting. I think I'm going to think, because it says something that's quite vague, so I don't know, possibly think of the most useful thing to say in Chinese, or the most interesting. I don't know, maybe if you were given one sentence in another language, what would you say? I don't know, that's something I have to think about. When I was actually opening these, because these aren't in order the way that I'm telling you, I thought that I got away with doing anything horrific and extreme, because they all seem to be quite creative and not so much based on death, until I opened a card and read my dad's challenge. Thanks, Dad. And it's basically do a bungee jump. I have no desire to do any of those sorts of things, like bungee jump, extreme sport things where I could possibly perish. It's never really appealed to me, so to do that, I'm not gonna. I'm quite worried about that. I quite like to do it off the Tyne Bridge, being a big Geordie and everything, but possibly wonder if I can get away with. My bed's quite high off the ground. If I could attach some kind of elastic to it and flop, maybe that would count as a bungee jump. I don't know. Well, no, probably not. Yeah. Number 14 is from Nigel, and it's to put on my best makeup, my classiest LVD, heels, perfume, go into McDonald's with a straight face and ask what cocktails they serve. That's quite good. I quite like to do a bit more with that. I did see read an article about these two guys that went into McDonald's and had like a proper classy meal, got a tablecloth, got some knives and forks. I think that would be quite a nice experience. I might treat one of my friends to like a veggie burger and fries or something. Take my finest china. Yeah, they're probably just gonna tell me to do one, so I might as well make the most of it by giving them a classy scene anyway. So yeah. Number 15, another awesome one from Rich, is to do a charity skydive, and again, yeah, it's great, it's for charity, so it's pretty awesome. But skydive, I think it worries me that the word die is in the name, so it's like skydive, and it's possibly what's going to happen. Got to point out that I'm probably the most unlucky person that I know. Something's going to go wrong on one of these extreme sports things, and like, you lot are to blame for this, I'm sorry, but apparently it is a really fantastic experience, and I've talked to loads of people since reading it, and it's supposed to be really good and something that I look back on and think, yeah, I'm really glad I did that. So I hope that is the case. Number 16 is from one of my best friends, Simon, and it's to meet Kimi Räikkönen. If you guys follow Formula 1, you will know that Kimi Räikkönen is like the Iceman for a reason. He is so hard to get an interview with, he's so hard to meet, he's like famed for being, in the nicest possible way, a bit of a douche. And the reason that came about is because I absolutely adore him for those reasons. We have a bit of a sweepstake going on between my friend Simon, Rob and I, and we always choose a driver that qualifies outside the top 6 in each Grand Prix, and I'm always straight on the Kimi Räikkönen. I totally love the man. I think maybe my joking about I love him so much I'd hide in his bins might have been taken a little bit too seriously, because it's a challenge I have to do now, and that's quite a possibility. Yeah, so if anyone knows Kimi Räikkönen wants to introduce me, then kind of need to meet him now, so that would be good. Number 17 is from Troy, my friend and brother's girlfriend, and it is to wear a sparkly glove on the left or right hand for 30 days. I will provide the glove, and she did. That's the glove right there. Shamon! Yeah, it kind of channels my inner Michael Jackson. Well, she's hoping that I will have to do something really inappropriate with this glove, or possibly be involved in an intimate clinch with it. It's going to get quite dirty, and it doesn't fit very well, to be honest, so it's going to be an absolute joy to wear, but 30 days, non-stop, I'm going to do it. Number 18 is from Toby, and it is to take 29 pictures of 29 different landmarks with 29 different people. Well, I live in London, so I could probably do that here, but I think I'm going to try and go to as many different cities as I can. I'm rubbish at taking holidays from work, and I don't travel very often, to be honest, and I need to see more places, so I'm going to take that opportunity to try and get to more places, see more things, and complete a challenge while I do it. Number 19 is from another one of my closest friends, Michelle, and it is to learn Beethoven's Moonlight Sonata. I think this might have come from a drunken conversation. I really love that song. I mean, I'm typically quite a metal, like, goth looking girl, and I do enjoy that kind of music, but I love like all different types of genres. Moonlight Sonata actually came from I'm just gonna outdo all my credibility now and say Resident Evil 1, where Jill has to play Moonlight Sonata in order to, I think it's unlock a room, I can't even remember now, but I think it's another product of like a drunken activity, just like, I want to play that, I'm going to learn to play that. And since then, like, I find it's quite soothing to have a bit of Beethoven when you're working, and it actually does work. It's supposed to like make you work more productively, make your brain function, and yeah, so to be able to play something like that, and I've never tried to play a bit of keyboard before, but never piano. That would be really good. I'd be quite happy with that skill. Number 20 is from my friend Ange, and it is to get into a film premiere wearing a veggie replica of Lady Gaga's meat dress. Yeah, I'm a big veggie, and I do love the animals, and I've been vegetarian since a young age. To be fair, I do live in London, and film premieres go on all the time, but they tend to have security for these kind of nutcases that try and get into premieres, like dressed in some kind of, I don't know, corn brassiere or like a lettuce like corset. I'm going to enjoy making that. It might actually be a case of just like throwing myself on like a celebrity red carpet or something, or possibly enter a lot of competitions and I don't know, win a chance to get up and mix with the stars dressed like a complete and utter lunatic. So number 21 is from my brother, and I knew that it was going to be something bad. I did a blog, some of you might know, called Sorry You're Not a Winner, and one of my worst challenges was from my brother. Basically, I said that I would enter every competition that I see for a year. So my brother posted a link to Brighton chili eating competition to me, so I had to go and compete and eat raw chilies against chili world champions on stage in Brighton, which was fantastic and definitely didn't end in any kind of uncomfortable toilet situations. So basically my brother has challenged me to become a world champion, and that's anything. So as long as I become a world champion in something, then that counts. It would be awesome to say that I was a world champion, and if you think about it, there are some quite niche championships, but then the niche championships seem to be the most competitive. That is something that I've been thinking a lot about since opening my cards, and I think that's going to take a lot of research. But how good would it be after a year to say like, oh yeah, I'm a world champion in like, I don't know, like manatee taming, or I'm a world champion in like worm charming, or I don't know, world champion at eating pins or something. Yeah, another really, really interesting one. Number 22 is from Oran, and it is to get dressed up as a clown, including full costume, makeup, green reds, curly head wig, balloons, and a big pair of effing clown shoes. Then get 30 members of the public to pose in photos with you, displaying a variation of emotions. So that's quite a detailed one there. I've just got a vision of myself like walking down Oxford Street, possibly another arrestable situation, like, although I don't know, tourists quite like that stuff. They might, I might just like stand on a street corner and get people coming up to me like tourist style and trying to pose with me for photos. That's what I'm hoping for anyway, because I don't know, I don't really like the idea of going up to random members of the public as a clown and like, I don't know, lassoing them into kind of photography situations. People don't like clowns, do they? People are generally quite scared of them, so reactions will be varied, and yeah, probably have to be a bit careful there. Number 23 is another two-parter, and it's from Rena, and it is to go on a date with a bearded man that I meet at a speed dating event. Part B of this challenge is from King, and it is at a speed dating event, use 30 lines from 30 serial killer movies. So, yeah, when I first read the first challenge, I thought, go to a speed dating event. If there's a guy with half a bit of beard, I can maybe like crack a few jokes. Hopefully he'll like flutter my eyelashes a little bit, and then I don't know, maybe we can take it from there. I should get a date. Surely I'm not that offensive. Someone will come for a drink with me, but then possibly not if I'm like reeling off quotes from American Psycho. Yeah, it's very fine Chardonnay you're not drinking. It's probably the least offensive quote that I can think of, but I think I'm probably going to go all out for that, to be honest. Yeah, it didn't actually specify how many speed dates, like that I have to go on a date with a bearded man that I meet at the first speed date or anything, so it might take a few if I'm going to be a proper mental psycho spieling like serial killer lingo. But yeah, that'll make for some good YouTubing. Number 24 is from Amber, and it is to swim 10 lengths of the outdoor mixed bathing pond at Hampstead Heath in a bikini, goggles, snorkel and swimming hat. Bright colours are encouraged. I haven't actually been to that pond. I actually just realised that it says pond because I read it as pool the first time and had these visions of like a chlorinated like sanitary pool. But I'm guessing a pond is, I'm going to be swimming with fish and I don't even know what else, possibly like tropical beasts that people have dumped in there and they've decided they don't want them as crazy pets anymore. Could contract a few diseases from that. Be a good one. Number 25 is to find a known haunted house on the British Isles and spend the night there while making a visual diary of the event. If I survive the night, I'll have to edit the footage into a short film and try to get it shown at a film screening festival somewhere in London, and that's from Oran. Oh man. Possibly the idea of being in a haunted house would cause me not to be able to sleep, and if I'm not sleeping, it's probably gonna make me think crazy thoughts, which will make it more interesting. I think I'm gonna film that Blair Witch style. I'll possibly like stream it as well. I don't know, maybe if I stream it I'll have a crazy I'll have some kind of comfort in the fact that people are watching me like a child monitor, and if anyone sees me being like bludgeoned to death by a ghost or I don't know, some kind of spectre ripping out my internal organs, then maybe you'll like run in and save me. Please. The idea of getting a film screening is quite good. I don't know how easy that would be or how hard. I'd have to look into that. But thankfully again, London, an awesome place to kind of get your indie stuff out there, so it shouldn't be as hard as I think, hopefully. Number 26 is from my sister Sophie, and it is see how many pegs I can fit on my face. I'm gonna aim, I have looked into this, and apparently the world record is I think 159, possibly, or 150 something. I don't actually see where I could get 150 whatever pegs on my face, but my aim is I'm going to go for 30 because I think it's actually, what I didn't think about it the first time, it's probably going to really hurt. I'm not very like elasticated, so like I don't really know where I'm going to fit all these pegs, to be honest, but yeah, I realise I've just been gurning at you for the past minute, but 30 I'd be happy with. We'll see how that goes. Number 27 is again from my brother and Troy. I did give a few people like a couple of extra chances to kind of make up the numbers. And it's take 30 selfies over the next 12 months. We'll frame them for you to remind you how lovely 29 was, which is quite a sweet one. And the idea behind that, I think, was just to give me a good memory of this year, and when I look back when I'm older I can remember like the good times. And I think, judging by some of the challenges here, it's going to be quite an interesting year. Yeah, so number 28 again by Andrew and Troy is to write a letter to yourself, like write a letter to yourself to open when you're 60, reminding you of how amazing your 20s were and what you hope for in your 30s. Yeah, again, that's like another quite cool time capsule thing, to jot some stuff down, and then when I'm 60, if I survive the bungee jump and the skydive and all of this horrific like stuff that people have planned for me, hopefully I'll make it to 60, hopefully I'll make it past 30, and I'll get to open this and reminisce about these times. And I think that would be something that I really appreciate when I get to that age. Things that I don't appreciate. Number 29 is again by Simon, and it is to become proficient in another language. Spanish? I've got a bit of experience in German. My mum challenged me to Chinese. Yeah, oh, ... Objective C. Yeah, so basically a programming language in a year. Oh. I've got such a creative brain, I've never really been a maths kind of programming person. This is going to be quite a challenge for me, but I think one that will really pay off if I manage to achieve it. And Simon's a programmer, and I'm hoping that he's gonna like mentor me through this, because I don't even know what I'm gonna do if I don't have someone like telling me what different slashes and I have no idea. I'm gonna have to read up on this one quite a lot. And challenge number 30 is from Dan, and it is to get a picture with 5 guys that are shorter than you, and I'm not allowed to wear heels. I'm actually 5'3", so I'm a bit of a tiny person, and I don't often meet people in day-to-day life that are shorter than me. So yeah, that is gonna be quite fun. Might be another case of seeing people on the street and like rubbing them in. Hey, you're really tiny. Like, can I have a picture with you? Yeah, I can imagine that going down really well. Yeah, so lots of challenges. I'm looking forward to them all. Okay, that was a bit of a lie, I'm not looking forward to them all, but this is definitely going to make an interesting year for me before my 30th birthday, and I will attempt every single one to the best of my ability, and hopefully I'll be able to achieve most of them. And thank you so much to everyone who sent me a challenge, I think, and yeah, so I'll keep you updated. Hi, me again. Talking about NoobTube, it seemed maybe one of my challenges should have been to learn to count to 20, because I seem to have missed out number 11, which is a bit ridiculous because number 11 is from Vic, and it is start a YouTube channel and vlog all of your going on 30 challenges. So I don't quite know how that one got missed out. It's probably the most appropriate one, and hopefully that will help me get better at vlogging. So yeah. There you go, 30 challenges, and yeah, better get on with them. So right, bye.